We got Jesse McCartney on the line. How's it going, man?
It's going well, buddy. I'm just I'm in LA right now, actually. I'm doing a little choreography rehearsal, working with my choreographer, Fly Styles, and we're just getting ready for the show, man.
Now you went a total different direction with this album, which, you know, in the music business is always a gamble, but it's obviously a gamble that was perfect for you.
Man, I'm really blessed. The fans have been really supportive of the new sound, and, sonically it is certainly a new direction. I've never done this, but it's kind of where my heart has been for a while, and more the R&B, rhythmic pop stuff, and so here we are, man. It took a couple years to kind of find that sound, but it's all happening.
And is that why you decided to call the album Departure?
Definitely. I mean, I landed on that title. I figured it was appropriate. Musically, it is a big departure, but also the content on the record just kind of talks about a lot of the things I've been through, particularly with women and relationships in the last couple years. Just the next step in my life, the new chapter.
Now, the song My Baby, which is on your album, did you write that about Katie Cassidy?
Well, a lot of this record was certainly a reflection of that relationship and sort of, my 3 years. I mean, it was a three-year relationship, and it certainly, there were a lot of the ups and downs that every relationship has. So a lot of the tracks, including My Baby, are sort of a reflection of that. And other relationships. A lot of the album, too, half the record was written after I'd broken up. We broke up, and, I did a lot of just arbitrarily dating random girls, and it made for great songwriting.
And that's usually how you get over it.
True.
Probably good for you because, that's David Cassidy's daughter. Of course, David Cassidy was a big teen idol back in the day. I'm sure he gave you a lot of great advice.
I'd only met David a couple times, but he definitely, he had a lot to say. He was a nice guy.
You wrote Bleeding Love, and Clive Davis actually picked that song. What was that like to have somebody big in the business like Clive Davis just really go for that song for Leona Lewis?
It's crazy, man. I grew up a big fan of Clive and a big fan of all of his artists, and he, is sort of known for finding those big pop divas and turning them into superstars, and some of them legends. I grew up listening to a lot of the artists that he signed, so it was sort of an overwhelming gesture and kind of a shock, man. I'm still in shock about it.
Favorite song of yours on the new album? What's your favorite song on the whole album?
Ooh, that's tough. One of them is It's Over. It's track 2 on the album, and it's kind of a really, I think, just sort of, it sort of wraps up what it's like to know, when a relationship comes to a close, not necessarily for the better or the worse, or worse, just for, the actual reality of a relationship ending, and I think it's just well put, and really, melodic, and the Clutch actually wrote and produced that one down in Atlanta, and I think it could be a single. It's one of my favorites.
So are you kind of pushing for that one to hopefully be the next single?
I think either the next one or the third one.
So you did Alvin and the Chipmunks, and now you're going to do Alvin and the Chipmunks 2.
You got it.
Wow, that's really cool. So what was that like doing the voice of a character?
It's cool, man. I grew up a huge fan of animation. I mean, when you're a kid, it's, who doesn't? I mean, and especially Alvin and the Chipmunks, they're sort of an American classic, and a legacy. My parents used to watch Alvin, so it was a real honor. Fox called and asked me if I would, play the voice, and I was thrilled.
And real quick on the song "Leavin'," when we first heard it, we knew it was a hit right out of the box. I mean, you must have knew in the studio that was going to be the first single.
It's a funny story. That was produced by Tricky and The Dream, who did Umbrella for Rihanna, and there was a few, the demo singer just wasn't cutting it for me, so I was a little skeptical at first, but I flew down to the Palms Hotel in Vegas, I recorded the song, and it's just a really feel-good song, man. It was a perfect introduction to this album, and I remember leaving thinking, yep, this will be the first one out the gate.
All right, well, hey, good luck with everything, Jesse, and thanks for calling in, man. We really appreciate it. We're going to definitely get Leavin' on right now.
Gravy, thanks so much, man. We'll talk soon.
Hey, this is Jesse McCartney, holding down your weeknights with Gravy on 105.3 Hot FM.